Hey, what's up, yo? It's Snoke2 here with another comic haul. First, as always, I want to thank everyone who has taken their time to watch my videos and post a comment. I appreciate it. This haul is going to be one of two that I do today. It will consist of some books from that 35-cent sale that I talked about recently, a couple of videos ago, and then also books that I picked up while on vacation on a road trip with the family, and then also some books from a local Comic Con that occurred 2 Saturdays ago. So first, let's get started with this book here. As I've mentioned many times before, Adam Hughes is my favorite cover artist. This is Tomb Raider magazine, the Adam Hughes cover. I found that at a 35-cent sale, and it was laying underneath the tables where the magazines were, and I saw that. I was like, oh my gosh, and I went looking for more in the magazines, but this was the only one there. I've never actually seen that in a while. You can find it on eBay. Never really thought about buying it, to be honest, on eBay, because I didn't really know what was in it. But I'm really happy to have found this for 35 cents. All right, so let's see here. Let's start with the con. Oh no, let's start with an eBay purchase. So I bought this book here. It's a 1 in 25 variant. Initially, when the when the Logan movie came out, this book was pretty expensive. It's a 1 in 25 by Ed McGuinness. I bought that online, shipped for $21, which I thought was a fair price, under ratio. Years ago, when I had a pull service at a local LCS, Wolverine was on my list, and I was working so much, I never really read my comics, and I didn't even know about Old Man Logan until the Logan movie came out. And then I was like, oh man, let me look back and see if I got that in my pull. And sure enough, I did have the Old Man Logan run. But one of the annoying things about the pull service was he did not pull all of the issues related to the series. So like if there was an annual, he didn't pull it. And then like this was a one-shot giant size Wolverine that I don't know if that's the end of the limited series within the series, but that was not on my pull list. I found that this is a pretty nice copy. This is a near mint. He listed as very fine near mint because there is one small tick right there that does break color, so it's probably a 9. But for $21 shipped, I thought that was a good price. I mean, the regular giant size Wolverine regular cover is probably about the same price with shipping. So it was a buy it now, and I gladly purchased that. So the next few books I got at a local Comic Con 2 Saturdays ago. I got this. Now this book is currently hot. Has been gradually increasing in price. This is a very high grade near mint copy. I don't grade my books as 9.8 because I think it's so subjective. You can't really tell what CGC is going to do. And plus, I don't really submit books for grading. I'm happy with it in a Mylar and a backing board. But this book is definitely a 9.8 candidate. First full appearance of War Machine. I'll get to the price here in a second. That was a wall book at one of the stands at the con. This here, the last issue of Power Girl, gorgeous near mint copy. Cover art by Warren Liu, which is also a pricey book. This issue, and then obviously the first and second variants of Adam Hughes for Power Girl go for some money. This is, this keeps up with the Adam Hughes issues. Actually, this may even go for a little bit more than Adam Hughes issue. because it was the last issue, a smaller print run. Then I get this issue here, which I didn't have. This is a VF near mint minus newsstand of Uncanny X-Men 142. I had 141, but did not purchase 142 when I bought it. And this book is steadily, all the Uncanny John Byrne issues are going up in price. And then I got this one from the same dealer, All New Wolverine #2. Near mint minus. There's one. I don't know if you can tell there. There's a little printing manufacturer defect there. Color didn't really take at the top corner. I don't really think it's the color rub. But, all these books, these 4 books, I got for $300. Now, he had this price at $100, which I thought was a fair price. If you look at 9.8s for this book right now, that's easily a $300 book. He had this price at $100. He had this priced at $75, and then he had this one priced at $50. And actually, he only had one copy of the War Machine, so I didn't think he was going to negotiate for the price on that. He had 2 copies of this one. They were both same price, but this one was in better shape, I believe, because the cover is all white. The other one had a little bit of color rub on it, but probably could be dry cleaned. This one was the cheapest. He had 3 of these. This was the only newsstand, but it was the lowest priced. And, there's one very faint tick there that breaks color. And then there's a manufacturing defect right here. That's not a color rub, but I think he downgraded the grade because of that. The other 2 that he had that were direct copies had more than one spine tick. I didn't think it was worth the $100 that he was asking for him versus this one, so I picked that one. And this one being $50 was also, I thought, the better grade. This had the less defects on it. The other ones had some spine ticks, and he really downgraded because of this. But so to get these, $25 discount, I thought it was a decent deal. 4 books that I wanted and needed and was happy to have at that price. So, was, again, happy to really pick those up and add to the collection. Now, on vacation, when we took a road trip, we stopped at several stores along the way on the East Coast, and one of the shops that I stopped at, I bought fairly big book and a couple of other books in his back issues. I've mentioned this book before. Anytime I see it in really high grade for cheap, I'm going to pick that up. The James Jean version of Batgirl from Volume 2. Great cover. And some days it can go for $3 to $4. Some days it goes for 20. I haven't even filed away the other ones that I had picked up recently for $3 to $1. That probably, with these 3 here, I probably have 9 copies of that comic now, and I showed these 2 last time. This is the other, I think, beautiful cover that James Jean did in this run. With Poison Ivy, that's kind of hard. They're not expensive, but sometimes they're hard to find. If you go to the Batgirl run, if these books are there by James Jean, these are the 2 that are missing. So anytime I find them, this one really, I had a hard time finding this in the wild for several years, and then now I've picked up these 2, make my 3rd copies, 2 and 3. This book, it's not perfect, but it was definitely worth the $1 that I paid for, and that's the McFarlane Marvel Age number 90. That goes for a little bit of money for that issue. Its main issue is that there's a lot of I don't know what you call it, but it's just the cover is wrinkled a little bit from probably reading, and but could easily be pressed out. I mean, it's still an intact copy uh, and complete. There's one, really only one spine tick there, then one, two here, but otherwise easily pressed out, um, pressable, but definitely worth $1. Now, the other issues I got on this road trip, I shouldn't say a road trip, it was vacation that we stopped at shops. Um, I bought this. These are all from the same shop. Actually, the Bad Girl here and this came from the same shop. I thought I didn't have this book. He had $4 on it. I thought I needed it. It's in VF near mint minus, maybe even outright near mint. Let me look at it again. Yeah, maybe VF near mint minus. I think there's one spine tick at the staple there and one there. So probably near mint VF plus. Adam Hughes cover for $4. But then after I looked at my collection, I had that already. And then the other books that I got from the same shop, that was the big book. I bought some other books that were dollar books, but those were the ones that weren't dollar. I'll find them and show them at some point. Nothing really major. Was this book here. Now, this obviously is the iconic cover of Amazing Spider-Man number 39 by John Romita. When he took over for Steve Ditko after Stan Lee and Ditko's had kind of a falling out. And, this book, he graded it. He actually had 2 copies. And he graded this one at a 5, maybe a 6. Like a lot of books in this era, Silver Age. There's a few spine ticks, and then there's that corner crease there. But otherwise, it's a very nice book. And I'll say shout out to TBC Comics. That when we stopped at that shop on the way, when you first pull up to the store, it's very modest. It looks like just a small little shop that's not going to have a lot. But when we went in, it's also very cluttered, by the way. His walls are lined with current issues, and like a lot of places, they're on wire racks with multiple months behind the comics. I didn't even waste my time looking through them. After I looked through his dollar books and found a few books. But he specializes really on Silver and Bronze Age. And all of his Silver and Bronze Age books were in Mylar. I mean, this guy had more Silver Age, high grade Silver Age and Bronze Age books that I've ever seen in a small LCS. Outside of Midtown, who, I've been to their physical store, as well as Mile High in Denver, I've never come across a store that had that many Silver Age and Bronze Age books just in their back issues. And everyone was in a Mylar, and most of them had a minimum of 1 to 2 fullbacks behind it. A little Silver Age book, it had 2 fullbacks behind it. And then he had also a box that was like his convention box. And he had just to give you an example, he had like 6 copies of She-Hulk number 1. They were priced a little high, about $400 a piece. And then he had some wall books, which were graded, like Fantastic Four 48, 52, Silver Surfer number 3. He had 2 copies of that. I mean, just cannot say enough about how impressive this store was. The guy was a retired military, and this was what he was doing since he retired from the military. Still a young cat, young cat too. I mean, but anyway, I picked that up. I I know that if I ever am back in that area again, I will definitely stop by. I think he did Awesome Con that weekend that was coming up. So, I'm predicting that he sells a lot of books. He says he has lots of other books in a storage facility that he and his partner will go through and take to con. So, but what did I pay for this book? This book I paid $300. The other one he had at $250, and when he said 300, I said absolutely, I'll take that for 300. I mean, this book in this grade here is probably right now $600 book. If you get graded, easily $600. There was a sale on eBay, an auction that I think completed for 450, maybe a little bit more, 466, I think. And just based on the pictures, it was nowhere near as nice as this book. Nowhere near. And it sold for 460. I think it was 466 plus shipping. So to get that book for $300, I thought it was a great steal. Yeah, I shouldn't say it was a steal. I mean, he priced it. At the counter, and so he knew what he was pricing it at. But I thought it was a very fair price. And to buy a book that you can physically see and go through in person, and then also not pay for the postage and worry about the condition of the book that you're buying online, other than if it's graded, great purchase. So then we stopped at another LCS, and I picked up a few books there. My son has started, really getting into Pokemon cards and action figures, and he'll probably show some off at some point. But he bought two Pokemon cards that were $50 each, and I was like, ugh. Just two individual cards, but anyway, that's his thing, I guess. And then he bought a couple of action figures that were, one was a Mezco 112, which I'm sure he'll show at some point. So at that same shop where he bought the Pokemon cards, I rummaged through the back issues while he rummaged through the Poke cards, and came up with this Archie Girls, Betty and Veronica, the Adam Hughes variant, number 275. That was $5. I did not have that. I hadn't found that in a while. And I've looked. And then this one here was $3. As we all know, Adam Hughes did all of the Ferris covers. And this is one of the more popular ones for obvious reasons. It's more his known feature. And it was $3. There's a couple of spine ticks up there. But anytime I go through back issues and look at the Ferris run, this issue is missing the issue where she's blowing, I don't know who it is, whoever has ice power, she's blowing frost at you. And then the issue where the lady is naked, but her hair is covering appropriate parts, or she's positioned in a certain part with her leg, and she's holding a rifle. Those are the 3 to 4 issues that are always missing. And so to find that in VF plus condition for $3, I decided to pick that up. Same for this one. This is one of the barbed wire covers, the semi-virgin cover by Adam Hughes variant. Which issue is this? This is issue number 4. It was a near mint. It was only $4. I always go to the barbed wire section looking for issue 6, 7, 8. I think it's 6, 7, and 8 of this run that Adam Hughes did that I can never find in a while. And I'm still looking. Haven't resorted to buying it online. Actually, I take it back. I did purchase number 7 online from Kazi or KZ or whatever that large website is, and they sent me the wrong book. I was so ticked off. And then I told them, and then they said, "Oh, we don't have that book. That was just a stock photo. Just keep the book. We'll refund your money." I'm like, but I was still really teed off about it. But the issue probably of all the shops that we went to that I was, besides the Spider-Man 39, obviously, that I was most excited to find, that I have literally looked for this book for years, probably 6, 7 years. Never found it in the wild. It's not worth much, but I've almost resorted to buying it online, but I just figured I had to be able to find this in the wild, and I did. And that is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Season 8, number 30 by Adam Hughes. The only cover Adam Hughes did for that series of Buffy. And anytime I look, it's always out. It's always missing. When I took it to the register, the price tag on it was a red sticker, and the shop owner said, "Oh, that book's been there for a long time for it to have a red sticker," because they would put the prices on the books, and then once they used all that color sticker, they go to another color, and the red was something from years and years ago. The next comic I bought was Danger Girl number special, the mod bod by J. Scott Campbell. Doesn't really go for a lot, but nice looking cover. I paid $3.50 for it. Then I got this book, which I was really surprised for this to be there, because this is a fairly large city, and so they get a lot of customers. I mean, they have a ton of books, and I can't believe this hadn't been picked up yet. This is He-Man, the Eternity War, with the Skeletor cover. That was $3.75. That book is an easy $20. Whoa! And so I was happy to pick that up. I looked for the other in that run of Eternity War that goes from some money, but this was the only one there. And then the other book they had, which I did pay $9 for at the same shop, was Marvel Age 38 in their mint copy. They asked $9 for it, which I thought was a fair price. If you look at sales right now, particularly with the Netflix series, that book is going for probably easy 20, some sales as high as $30. And what's funny is when I bought this book, when I went to that same con where I got those first 4 comics I showed, a guy had another copy, and it was $8 in high grade. He actually had 10 copies of that. I should have asked him if he would take more a lesser amount for if I bought more than one copy, but I didn't. Because I knew I had this other one there, but that was $8, and I thought that was fair. And then we went to another LCS, and we happened to be there on New Comic Wednesday, and this had come out. This is a 1 in 25 Icon and Rocket Season 1 by a new artist I'd never heard of. I think it says Rima Koyano. Had never seen any of her work or heard of it, but I took a chance because it was under ratio. It was $15.99. Cool enough looking cover that I picked that up. And then I picked this book up here, and this was only $2. And Art Germ cover Birds of Prey. I really picked this one up because all of the characters that are on there, I think her name is Challenger, maybe, Batgirl, Katana, Poison Ivy, and Black Canary. And then I picked this up because I didn't have it for $2. Frankenstein Thor number 8, great looking cover. So that's my haul. Actually, I'm going to show one more thing. I've been waiting to show this right here. Alex Ross did these timeless covers, and my favorite Marvel character is actually Vision. And I'm talking about the Vision that is from the Silver Age introduction. Great looking cover by Alex Ross. I love this cover. I think with time, this is going to garner some money. This is the vision that I grew up on, not the vision they did for the MCU with the fake Infinity Stone soul gem on his head. The original vision, as we all know, has a solar gem, not a Infinity Stone. And I showed that. I've been waiting to show that because I couldn't find what I did with this figure, which I love. And that's this one here. The Vision Marvel Legends vintage cover that comes with the Ultron head. This is an expensive figure already. I mean, this goes for mint on card, $100. I bought a couple of these, mainly because it was my favorite character. And I was waiting to show this when I had these bagged because I knew these were coming, and I think that's my haul. And I'll leave it with that action figure since Max didn't show any on this this haul. So I thought I'd show one of my own. Great figure. And that's it. Peace out.